Good morning, everyone. It is after 10:30. I want to welcome us all, longtime members, new members. This is an exciting day. Visitors, thank you for coming. We are so glad you're here, whether you made it on site here on South 56th in Tacoma, or if you're online. We're glad you're here. We are one people of many beliefs, many origins, sexualities, and genders. And love is the power that holds us together. We are all growing, all learning, all loved. And you are welcome just as you are. If this is your first time here, I bid you a special welcome. I'm so glad you found our way to our community. After the service, I'll be at the back of the sanctuary over in that corner to answer any questions you may have about Unitarian Universalism, about our congregation, or if you just want to talk about how to get involved in our community. Please find me, join me. For those of you here on site, we have hearing assistance devices and large print hymnals. They're available in the back of the sanctuary, and I'm sure someone would help you find those things if you don't find them yourselves. For our service this morning, our online chat chaplain, and I'm guessing that might be Chrissy. Is that true? Thank you, Chrissy. Will help guide our online folks. And for those of us on site, we'll be utilizing the screen behind me to project the words for unison readings and the lyrics for the hymns. And you can also follow along if in a printed order of service. You can find information on our website. We are tahomauu.com. Please be sure to read the weekly e-news for important information about our congregation, upcoming events, and volunteer opportunities. If you aren't signed up yet for the e-news, you can do that today on our website so you don't miss a thing. On Friday, which was the third Friday of the month, we had third Friday potluck. So you have to hold your horses and wait a little while for the next one of those. But I think Tacoma Tree Foundation was here, and really grateful for David Pettit for organizing those opportunities. There is religious exploration activity, gathering things, and other information in the e-news. We are all on site here invited to a social hour immediately following the service right here in the sanctuary. Come by and get coffee and refreshments. It's a great time to catch up or to get to know someone new. For those of you who are visiting or are new to the community, or just want to make sure that someone comes up and speaks to you, grab a red mug. That puts us on notice that we should come. No? Oh, never mind. If you want someone to come talk to you, just smile, and those of you just assume red mugs, okay? Like the rest of you assume red mugs, okay? As we begin the service, I respectfully acknowledge that I speak to you today, and we are gathered here today on the land of the Coast Salish people, including the Puyallup tribal nation, land from which they were forcibly displaced. I affirm the continued sovereignty of the 574 federally recognized tribes, including the 29 here in Washington state, and support those still fighting for federal recognition. I acknowledge the theft, violence, trauma, and racism that Indigenous people have experienced at the hand of colonizers from 1492 through to the present day. I honor the resiliency of the Indigenous people and stand with them as they continue to fight for land, water, visibility, sovereignty, and their very existence. Lastly, friends, I invite you to set your electronic devices to worship mode. We are gathered here, one community together. Let us settle ourselves into this holy moment and open our hearts to learn and unlearn, to share and receive. Now let us join together in worship.
Welcome, new members of Tahoma Unitarian Universalist Congregation. You are being recognized today for the commitment you have made by joining this congregation. We are comprised of individual members like you. And with this act, you are invited into full participation in this congregation.
I want to invite new members who've not previously been recognized to come on forward and maybe just form a group right on this side of the pulpit. I think this means Deborah Ramsey, Charles Kaparick, Michael Graham, Sharon Gold, Andrea Frickleton, and Livia Petzinger. There might be others, and if there are, I'm sorry I didn't call your name. Come forward. Nancy Slocum.
Well, I'm talking behind your back here. I'll never have this opportunity again. Each of you brings unique gifts to this congregation. And we welcome you into this community that as you are able to share. Sure. Oh, you'll be up there if you come over here. Sorry about that.
Keep moving.
This has been sort of a trick morning. We
Too wide.
yeah, sort of snuggle in a little bit. There you go. Then our people on Zoom can see you too. We hope that you'll find a place here that is welcoming in friendship, challenging in spiritual growth, and nurturing in service. In turn, we recognize the commitment you are making as a statement of your intention to take an active part in our congregation, to support its programs, and to share in the mission and values of Unitarian Universalism.
I think I'll say a little bit about who's who. Francis Buckmaster, an ordained minister, is reading the part of minister in this. Thank you, Francis. I am the board president and get to say a few words now and a few words later. We will formally welcome these new members. I ask the existing members to please rise as embody our spirit and join me, actually join Stacy in spirit as she reads some text that we didn't get inserted, I don't think, into your order of service. So, Stacy.
We, the members of the, oh, it's up there, to this congregation, welcome you. We commit ourselves to being open to the gifts you bring and to share our gifts with you. Together, may we work, play, worship, and celebrate in mutual love and respect. Together, may we realize our shared aspirations of mind, heart, and spirit.
Thank you, Stacy and everybody. New members of the Tahoma Unitarian Universalist Congregation, do you hereby accept membership in this congregation as a gift and a responsibility? If so, please say, we do.
We do.
This moment in time marks not an end, but a beginning of a new relationship in the lives of everyone here and in every day to come, the beginning of a new opportunity for this religious community to live its promise in the world. You're making a courageous act, and we wish you our deepest blessings this day and all the days ahead. And our gift to you this morning will be a flower given as a symbol of new life and possibilities among us. May you find blessings and wholeness in your journey, and may our community be enriched by your presence. Blessed be.
Well, we'll let them revel in their flowers, and we'll revel in your joining us. Thank you all.
Now I would like to invite one of our new members, John Courtwright, to light our chalice this morning. Please join me in saying the opening words. We light this chalice in deep respect for the mystery and holiness of life, in honor and gratitude for those who have gone before, with love and compassion for those who dwell among us, and with hope and faith for the generations to come. Please join in the opening hymn in the Teal book, number 1006, In My Quiet Sorrow. And Lauren will be leading us here in the chapel.
Switch made. I'll explain. Thank you. There is a switch made this morning, so we're going out of order just a little bit. The first hymn's going to be In My Quiet Sorrow. The second one will be Filled with Loving Kindness, which was the first one. And then the third will be Lean on Me. So sorry for the quick change. I didn't know until a few minutes ago either. Yes. Please join me in singing. Am worn, I am tired in my quiet sorrow. Hopelessness will not let me be. Help me. I won't speak of this ache. Inside light eludes me. In the silence of my heart, and bring. I keep on day by day, trusting light will guide me. Will you be with me through this flame, holding me? You're my hope when I fear, holding on, believing. Deep inside, I pray I'm strong. Blessed be.
What? It's time for all ages. I'm going to press a little button up. you go. Well, see all the words that are in here? If I turn this around and I have to read them, then you can't see what's in the book. So I put the words on the back. I think that'll work. And this first page, it says, my heart is full of feelings. And then we get the end. Yeah, there's nothing else there except all those colors. So guess what it's time for? Oh, wait. See, adults have to have time to stand up, and they have to have time to make an arch.
Good morning. Will the ushers please come forward and grab the baskets? I'm going to ask you to wait until we say the words and then you can start passing them. This is the time where we share our gifts with each other. I have some words from Ellen Johnson Fay that go like this. The offering is a sacrament of the free church. It is supported by the voluntary generosity of all who join us. The offering will now be given and received in grateful appreciation of our shared hopes and values. Those of you in the sanctuary are welcome to put your offering in the baskets that are being passed online, or those of you that would like to give electronically can use the invitation to generosity slide that is showing to go to our website and click on the give button. When you give, you can just give to the church, or you could earmark your donation for our safe parking group or our trans relocation group. And there are also baskets at the front of the sanctuary for both of those special works and committees that this church is involved in. Thank you for your generosity.
I invite you to read the words on the screen and dedicate this offering. We dedicate ourselves and our offering to the work of this congregation, weaving a tapestry of love we call community, both within and beyond these walls. Please join for the meditation hymn, number 1031, Filled with Loving Kindness. And Lauren will be our leader again.
With loving kindness, may I be well, may I be filled with loving kindness, may I be well, may I be peaceful and at ease. May I be whole. May you be filled with loving kindness. You. May you be well. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well, may you be peaceful and at peace. May you be whole. We be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be whole.
Before I start my sermon this morning, I'd like to share a reading that I received sort of accidentally. It came from a person naming themselves as the angry rabbi. Where there is apathy, let us provoke. Where there is compliance, let us be questioning. Where there is silence, let us be a voice. Where there's too much comfort and too little action, may we bring disruption to complacency. Where there are doors closed and hearts locked, may we be available to listen. When laws dictate, where pain is overlooked, where tradition speaks louder than need, let us seek to do justice, not just to talk about it. Let us be with as well as for the alienated. Let us love the unlovable as well as the loved. May we always and forever be a channel of useful disturbance, as well as a channel for healing. This is our wish list. This is our prayer. I'm going to have a sip of water because I've been sounding like a frog all morning long. Well, we gather here today in a place that my Webster Dictionary defines as a refuge, a place of safety, a place where we hope to have a safe haven with one another, a place where we may experience well-being. Here in this refuge of ours, we adults work away at caring and mentoring to one another as we get to know each other better and better. We also make use of Zoom so that those who can't join us here on site may still be with us and part of our worship services. Our young children who join us for story time each Sunday provide me, and possibly you too, with one of my favorite moments inside this church. At the end of story time, when our children ostensibly, as you saw, be marching along through the arch made by the hands of the adults, their enthusiasm for movement of a merry sort takes them more through the idea of an arch rather than the arch itself. We adults rarely have enough time to get our hands connected over that little hallway area right there, and I love that. If I was one of the kids, I'd be doing the same thing. This shelter, our refuge, our sanctuary, is a place for all of our members and for all who are friends of our congregation, whether they're on site or attending on Zoom. We now live, as we keep hearing over and over, in interesting times. I believe it's not only this church building, but also this community of great people, that each of us will be part of being the refuge that we are seeking, the sanctuary that we will need in the days ahead. Over many years, many in our community have experienced happy times here, enjoying the various branches of their families' children, scampering about, the adults enjoying time with other parents, children showing their grandparents where they have their religious education classes downstairs, and their siblings are meanwhile hanging out with visiting aunts, uncles, cousins, or some family combination thereof. And now we are about to begin 4 years of concern. Not only will the government of our country be a focus of our concern, but already some of our friends who have already been hurt by the current state of how our economy works will continue having unacceptable or worse life circumstances. Difficulty due to health reasons or lack of medical attention or long-term unemployment or having insufficient resources or experiencing a kind of abandonment under the circumstances completely beyond their control. And so many other currently unnamed and currently unaccounted for government control kind of things. It is my strong belief that our members and our friends of this congregation will be the friends and supporters of folks who may be tried even more than they already are by the circumstances outside their control. Old musical tunes we hear today sometimes offer us a sort of nostalgia of the past, which in fact was not an easy time for many people back then either, though some call those the good old days. These days, as we all know, are not easy for all, or even possibly easy for huge numbers in our economy. Where will be their hope? Where will be their warmth? Where will be their sort of abundance and satisfaction? We in this congregation must be present for our friends and be their people, the people that they can trust. Quite a number of years ago, as the holiday months of Thanksgiving and Christmas approached. I remember one of the members of a congregation I was serving at the time coming up to me and pulling me aside so that we'd be able to have a bit of a private coffee hour conversation. And she said to me in a low, desperate voice, "Frances, I need a sermon on forgiveness soon, please. If I can't find some way to forgive my family, I need to face that I can never visit them again." Well, that was a large possibility that I will come up with something, and she had a lot of faith in me. Well, this is another kind of difficult time today for many, as she was having. From time to time, we hear the phrase, "she carries" or "he carries" a lot of baggage. But the fact is, many of us do. Having psychological baggage means we are a person who has some serious, unresolved emotional issues as a result of our past experiences. Anyone want to raise their hand? My hand's up there. If we don't right now already carry some baggage from our past and or even our current life circumstances, we may soon be carrying some psychological baggage due to the political crisis in our country. This is one more area of our congregational life we need to pay attention and find many different ways that we can support one another. In the case of my parishioner asking for a sermon on forgiveness so she could keep connection with her family, it's just a fact. Negative memories can impact one's present and future life and relationships. Harmful words and actions by members of one's family can haunt a recipient's mind and limit their freedom to use their many, many potentials. My parishioner had negative memories and may have had parents who may have had the same grievances about their parents, who also had painful experiences with their parents, and so it goes. It is definitely a painful path to be on. Here, I think, are 3 things worth thinking about. First, I suspect all of us have had to face hard things. Perhaps like my woman parishioner, we too may carry around one of those invisible but heavy burlap bags on our own shoulder, even though the bag is hurting us with its weight as we go about living our lives. I was totally surprised by what I found in my reading to learn more about the concept of forgiveness. The person most hurt by not offering forgiveness is oneself. Second point, forgiveness in this sense is a way to let go of the pain of the past. It is a gift that we give to ourselves, and we are chief in charge of giving that gift. We must simply just put down that big, scratchy burlap bag of wrongs that we've been carrying around over our shoulder over the whole span of our life so far. Carrying such a burden tends to make us feel chronically depressed, angry, self-critical, and sapped of life energy. Third point, deciding to forgive has absolutely nothing to do with whether or not the other person has changed their behavior. Your feelings are quite legitimate given the transgressions against you. Forgiveness is not about forgetting the past. It is about giving up carrying around resentful feelings. Forgiveness depends upon the victim deciding to end one's own victim mentality and to move on. Perhaps even, if needed, ending all contact with serious perpetrators of transgressions. Letting go of transgressions from the past is about being a survivor, focused on the future. Now, today, this week, this month, as we're entering that season we think of as a time of celebrations for all, happiness, decorations, and music, and we surely do need to hear some joyful noise. In our community of Greater Tacoma, perhaps one of our callings as religious women and men is to make a joyful noise by being those grandparents, those wonderful, good parents, those trustworthy friends, and I mean this all metaphorically, those proactive partners working for the possible outcomes. When I say that as a metaphor, I mean I can be your good parent. You can be my wonderful grandparent, even though we're not blood related. We can do this for every single person in our congregation as needed and beyond our congregation when possible. We must not allow even one of us to experience the extremely slim pickings that the realities about life and living over the next 4 years will bring. If it becomes one of our plans as a congregation to become the caring good parents and those wonderful grandparents to those who need our support and affirmations, I would suggest that perhaps a good beginning might be to work toward getting to know one another well in this congregation. A significant number of our members and our attendees, and myself, I know some of you, but not all of you, and I look forward to knowing you personally. As relationships grow here in this congregation, we may wish to repeat this same plan with adding more people. In other words, if you only thought you could learn to know 3 or 4 people, when you know each other, learn about 3 or 4 more, and gradually you'll know everybody here. As relationships grow, we may wish to repeat the same plan of adding more people to our getting to know you list. Knowing one another can be kind of a superpower we will need for the difficult days that we face. Let us make the coming 4 years, those 1,460 days, holy days, come hell or high water. Patrick Glenn, in a book called Toward a Politics of Forgiveness, said, "Forgiveness is a journey through a series of stations, a journey requiring courage to confront your pain, to accept yourself as permanently changed by it, and to make difficult choices about who you yet wish to be." I like that. As we enter these holidays, it will be difficult for many. I think forgiveness will be one of the most important gifts we receive. Not easy forgiveness, not cheap forgiveness, not even necessarily reconciliation with those who chronically harm others. Instead, it is worthwhile to invest in a kind of forgiveness which frees us to be proactive, creative, life-affirming people, regardless of what's occurring around us. So may that be. Blessed be.
Please join in the closing hymn, number 1021, Lean on Me, and Lauren will lead us.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow. For if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me, you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride if I have things you need to borrow, for no one can fill those of your needs if you won't let show. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. If there is a load you have to bear that you can't carry, I'm right up the road. I'll share your load if you just call me. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. So just call on your brother when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'd understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. So just call me when you need a friend. Call me, oh, call me now. Sorry, I was gonna keep it going. That's how we're gonna get through this, you know, is by leaning on each other. Yep, thank you.
It says on our order of service that I have closing words, which in a certain sense I don't. In another sense I do. You just experienced our song leader in the choir, and I joined the choir recently, and I was having such a blast, yeah. And the reason I'm even saying it is, first of all, we have no men in our choir yet. So, you know, we're meeting at 12:30. You could just sit in, try it out one time, right? 12, oh, sorry, 12 o'clock. And we're meeting at 12 o'clock today, and what I did the first time I went is I said, I think I have a crappy voice, but somebody told me I sing alto. Is it okay if I'm in the choir? And our lovely leader said to me, Sure. And I asked her if she'd play one of the hymns that we'd done in the morning service so that I could sing standing next to her, so in case she might change her mind. And she said, no, fine, come and join the choir. But the thing is, she's very open to everybody with every kind of voice and every kind of experience. Like I had zero. So do join us, and we're having a blast. So those are my closing words for today.
If, let's see, John Courtwright, our new member, will extinguish the chalice. And when the words are on the screen, we can say the words. All right. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the light of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. And just a reminder, there will be a welcome luncheon downstairs for all the new members following service. So please go on down and join for a luncheon. And the closing blessing song is, join me in the closing blessing song, From You I Receive. Stand up and do the motions as you see fit.
I just wanted to announce there's an impromptu meeting for about 10 minutes. Me and Harrison are gonna be looking out front at the landscaping, and we're gonna be looking at trying to plant some flowers. Anyone who'd like to maybe talk to me about coming on the day we're gonna plant some flowers, please come up and speak to me in the next 20 minutes or so, because we're gonna go out there and just check it out and take some photos. So if you'd like to be involved in planting some bulbs, please come and talk to me.